If you've ever been forced to wear makeup as a grown man, then go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button, guys. Welcome back to the Trench Grenade channel. I am your host, the average war paint video enjoyer that your mom says that we have at home. Thanks for watching. Guys, the purpose of today's video is we're going to be discussing camouflaging yourself and your equipment, how to apply face paint, when to apply face paint, and when not to apply face paint. First and foremost, you guys already know the deal. Hit the like button as I am collecting your likes for a further mission down the road. It will be used for a greater cause, so thank you for hitting the like button. That is free and helps out more than you know. Secondly, leave a combat llama emoji down below and comment if you've ever had to wear face paint for 2 weeks or more. And if you haven't had to wear it for 2 weeks or more, well, you're welcome. But post those stories of when you've had to wear face paint down below. I look forward to reading those stories. And if you've never had to wear war paint, well, go out and try it sometime. Go LARP in the woods and you'll find out that it is useful, but it does suck. So, first and foremost, obviously, I've been out in the field all day training, so mine is mostly gone. Obviously, my entire forehead, my ears, and my neck has worn off throughout the day's training, but I'm not going to reapply for this video. You're just going to have to use your imagination. So first and foremost, face paint is used not to hide you, but to break up the immediate, hey, that's a human, because people can identify faces very quickly, okay? As a matter of fact, it's the easiest thing we can identify other than movement. We can identify left and right lateral movement the easiest. The next thing, obviously, it's very difficult to identify movement in depth, but the easiest thing for humans other than movement to identify is a human face. So that is why we wear face paint. When do we not wear face paint? We do not wear face paint in an Arctic environment or when the ambient temperature could cause cold weather injuries. So if you're following, certain other gun tubers, may or may not rhyme with Garand Thumb, and they're telling you to apply face paint in Arctic conditions in the mountains where you could potentially get hypothermia and die, you should not listen to that advice. That is very stupid advice and will most definitely get you killed, okay? Due to the freezing temperatures of certain oils and liquids in the face paint, as well as not being able to identify you as signs and symptoms for a cold weather injury or hypothermia, frostbite, chilblains, you name it. So do not apply face paint in an Arctic environment. Do not listen to certain gun tubers out there. When should you apply it? Well, you should apply it if you need to break up your silhouette based on your the austere environment around you. So I live in a very wooded area. So for training today, we had to apply face paint. And like I already said, the reason you apply it is one, to break up, to make it a lot more difficult for a person to be able to identify your face right away. Secondly is obviously to blend in with the surrounding area and camouflage yourself better, okay? So how would you actually use face paint? There's two methods. Now is when you should probably pull out your notebook if you don't know. Method number one would be the expert infantryman badge standard, okay? That is going to be known as the rolling T. Now, the way you would apply the rolling T is you would take your face paint and you go across the top on all the high points. So everywhere I draw right now, you're going to put black or dark green, okay? So across the top, down the middle, across the top right here, and then from there, straight down. That would be called the rolling T, okay? Or the expert infantryman's badge standard, or just the infantry standard, okay? So again, across the top, across the middle, down the center, through the sides, to the throat, okay? That would be the expert infantryman badge standard or the infantry standard. The secondary method would be kind of like if you were to take your hand and just do one of these, but in a zigzag, okay? That is what I have here, or remnants, okay? So you can kind of see where I started up here, okay? And just kind of did a lazy zigzag down through my face. And what you would do is pick the darkest color first, right here, darkest color, as you can kind of see remnants thereof on my face from the day's training, okay? So kind of like if you were to, claw your face across, and then you take that and you would take it and you would go all the way around. So you would go down to your neck, all the way onto your ears, and if you have no hair, kind of like I have here, as you can see, you would put paint there, okay? So kind of like tiger stripes, but something that actually works, and it only works because you're basically breaking up the shape of the face to give the high points dark and the low points light. So when in doubt, remember, the high points dark, okay? So if you're gonna do the rolling T, the high points. Okay, those will be darker green or black. And then the low points on the face will be lighter green or a lighter tan if you need to use that. Typically, I would encourage you to stay away from tans or brown, as it is just sticks out more than it normally would hide. Okay, so use black and different shades of green for your best performance or best bet. Now, if you're in the desert or something like that, maybe use a light green foliage with a brown, okay? But in summary, guys, with face paint, you're gonna have to apply it many times a day, okay? I've applied twice today already. About to go conduct hygiene and shower operations right now. Just an example of kind of the lazy method here. I guess a lot of guys would call it tiger stripe. I don't really see it as that, but that's what a lot of guys would call it, right? So you pick which one you like. I have pictures on my channel. If you go through like my Instagram, if you're not following them on the Instagram, go make sure you are. But if I have pictures of there with me with the infantry standard and with the kind of tiger stripe lazy method here. Both work very effectively. You just got to choose which one you like and which one blends in better and breaks up your face better, okay? For whatever type of work that you're doing. But that's a lot of talking. I am starving, so I will now go wash my face and my body and eat and not be in front of the camera talking to you. If you enjoyed today's video, hit the like button. That's free, helps out more than you know. Thank you for doing that. Comment down below if you've ever had to wear war paint and if you hated it. Yes, I look forward to reading those comments. And join the Patreon. It's $5 a month. It gets you access to a closed Discord server. Hey! Where you can find buddies to train with, game with, stay up late, and talk about your dogs barking at somebody inevitably not doing anything wrong. Thanks for being here, and until next time, it's going to be Trench Grenade, your average, whatever, enjoyer, signing out.